Hello there. Lumix has recently released some new cameras, and obviously I would like to tell you all about them. Also, as we say in Germany, I would like to add my mustard to the topic. It basically means that I would like to add my thoughts on the cameras, even though I'm pretty sure that none of you have asked. But before I tell you about the camera, I have to, as always, tell you that I didn't get to check out this camera. Lumix didn't send it to me, and all the information I've gathered comes from YouTubers like Gerald Undone, Tyler Storman, Manny Ortiz, as well as Lumix's own website. Oh, and I'm pretty sure I haven't told you this, but I'm talking about the Panasonic Lumix S1 Mark II. When it comes to video, the Panasonic Lumix S1 Mark II can shoot 6K at up to 60 frames per second at 10-bit 420, 4K at up to 120 frames per second, 10-bit 420, and 1080p at up to 240 frames per second, 10-bit 422. It has an open gate sensor for more optimal horizontal and vertical framed shooting, has 5-axis in-body image stabilization, and you can purchase an optional XLR adapter to basically just run your XLR mics directly into the camera without having to sync them in post, which is pretty practical. When it comes to photo specs, the Panasonic Lumix S1 Mark II, it has a 26.8 megapixel full-frame CMOS open gate sensor. Yes, I did say 26.8 megapixels. It says that on Lumix's website. It also says that it's really more like a 24.1 megapixel full-frame sensor, so you've been informed. It can shoot 10 frames per second mechanical, 70 frames per and 70 frames per second electronic shutter. The 70 frames per second goes on for like 1.5 seconds, and the buffering speed is 35 seconds. The ISO range is from 100 to 51,200, expandable up to 50 to 204,800, and the shutter ranges from 1/8,000 of a second to 60 seconds. The autofocus is a hybrid face detection autofocus, which, based on the tests I've seen, doesn't always stick to the subject when shooting at 70 frames per second. For a more detailed review on Lumix's autofocus, watch Manny Ortiz's video. I've linked Manny's channel down below, so you can go check it out. The S1 Mark II has one CF Express Type B and one UHS 2 SD card slot. It has a 3.5mm mic and headphone jack, an HDMI Type A port, and a USB-C port. As I said, it has 5-axis in-body image stabilization. It uses the DMW BLK22 battery. The EVF is a 5.76 million dot EVF. The LCD is a 3-inch, 1.84 million dot vari-angle touchscreen. The S1 Mark II weighs in at 800 grams or 1.3 pounds. It's priced at €3,499 or $3,967. All in all, I think Lumix did a great job with this camera. However, the Nikon Z6 Mark III, Nikon, apparently, it has the same sensor, basically the same sensor, and basically the same specs, maybe even a few more. And it costs around $1,000 less than the S1 Mark II. However, if they had priced it lower, it would be However, if they'd priced it lower, it would be competing with the S5 Mark II and X5 Mark IIX, and I'm pretty sure they didn't want that to happen. So, yeah, here we are. As I said, I think it's a good camera, but for it to be up to par with the likes of Canon, Sony, and, I hate to say it, but Nikon, they have to work harder on their autofocus. The autofocus is still not up to par with current cameras from Canon, Sony, and Nikon. So, this concludes my video on the Panasonic Lumix S1 Mark II. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, I would very much appreciate if you considered to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you if you just took the time. Have a nice week. See ya.